In July 1810, Napoleon, a poker player, always ready to bluff on a pair of deuces, declared that the Berlin and Milan decrees of 1807, which made any neutral ship sailing to or from the British Isles or even submitting to search by British cruisers, were subject to seizure, i.e. the basic documents of the continental system, would no longer apply to American shipping after the 1st of November. James Madison accepted Napoleon's bluff at face value, and on 11th of February 1811, Madison forbade further commerce with Great Britain. Shortly afterward, Congress expressed its approval. For practical purposes, Napoleon now had a transatlantic member of the continental system, and at the cost of only words. John Quincy Adams, seeing where this was going, yet thousands of miles and several months distant, wrote from St. Petersburg in April, like an ex post facto Cassandra, the Trojan priestess who was given the gift of prophecy, but was also cursed by the god Apollo, so that her true prophecies would not be believed. Quote, "The policy of France is at this time as hostile to the United States as it ever was, since our existence as a nation. We hear, and I most sincerely hope, that the Non-Importation Act, cutting off our trade with England, did not eventually pass. It was a trap to catch us into a war with England, a war which England most richly deserves, but which would on our part be more than ever impolitic at this time." End of quote. Napoleon, bragging to his bored mistress, probably said something like, "Ah, mon chéri, the American hatred for the British will disillusion them from seeing the true purpose of my intentions. Ha ha ha, I'm a genius. I am a genius." The Russians were no less nervous about the state of Anglo-American relations than the English or Americans. Russia knew that war between Britain and the United States would bring a sudden end to the new Russo-American trade, and thus force her to stark choice between economic catastrophe or war with France. Alexander, complaining to his bored minion, probably said something like, "Igor, I know the Frenchman's anus is foaming over with delight at the thought of his own cunningness, but it does not change the fact that he has put us in a position more sour than Belarusian yogurt." End of quote. None of these are quotes. Well, the last two aren't.
I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.